And welcome back. This is ballerscuba with more Let's Play East the Oath in Felghana. I'm joined as always by our level 30 swordsman, Adol Kristen. When we last left off, I got a few things, a few side quests. Well, not really side quests as much as treasures obtained. We have quite a few things done since we last went to Redmont, so let's talk to people in Redmont, see if they have anything interesting to say. Let's talk. How long will all this craziness go on? Reminds me of that day over 10 years ago, the breakout on that island. You know, that island out in Sienna Bay? You had to have seen it when you got here. Ain't much to see, though. Every last man, woman, and child living there was wiped out by a vicious disease, all in the course of one day. Probably not a lot left of their village at this point, after all these years. Alright, well, we got some things out of Gardener there. Let's take care of quite a few things here. It looks like we've got a lot more monsters on our hands all of a sudden. They're all over Felghana instead of just in the quarry. Things could get rough with Gardener protecting the town by his lonesome. By the way, you haven't seen Anya, have you? I know some Revalor missing from the house. Anya stole it. We have it now. Can't imagine what she plans on doing with it. Yeah, so we can take care of that side quest now, but we already did, so no need to take care of it anymore. Oh, that's right, I'm dashing now. Like, actually dashing. Elena came to my house a little while ago, and she had plenty to say, that's for sure. Mostly just nonsensical banter, like old times. But that's the thing. It was just like old times. Strange, no? She seems to be in much better spirits than before, and for the life of me, I can't figure out what improved her mood. It's like the cloudy skies in her heart have begun to clear, and the sun's come shining through. Spirits have been pretty low lately, for obvious reasons, but I think Elena's got the right idea. Just keep on moving. Well, we can hopefully keep on moving. Looks like... Oh, after all she's been through, it's truly inspiring to see her smile again. I think the first thing is new, too. Elena seems to be in much better spirits than before, and for the life of me, I can't figure out what improved her mood. No, we did see that before, too. All right, let's head in here. We have somebody to talk to in here. This is Aida. Bob's remains lie unmarked in the cold, uncaring darkness of the quarry, half buried in rubble, forgotten and alone. I don't mean to sound morbid, but I just can't stop thinking about it. Dear Lord, please keep watch over Bob's soul and grant him continued respite within your divine light. May he always remain in the eternal embrace of his dearly departed parents. And she just repeats the prayer part again. How you doing? Hunger doesn't wait for peace. Peace waits for hunger to be sated. And my belly's roaring like a wildfire. But then I haven't been working much, so I haven't been eating as much either. So I guess it makes sense. Please wipe out all the monsters so I can eat yummy food again without feeling like the blubbery Picard I am. Just, Paul. Oh, I'm so screwed. Where the hell could I have lost it? I know I had it when I left for Valestein Castle. Hey, Red, old buddy, old pal, you haven't seen a strange ring lying around conspicuously, have you? I haven't seen it now. Hey, Adol, have you seen Doji? He should have been back by now. He was only going to Master Bearheart's cabin, and he's been there many times before. I hope nothing's happened. I've never met Master Bearheart, but I've heard so much about him that I can't help but call him Master myself. I wanted to meet him, but my brother always said the mountains were too treacherous for me to make the trip. That man looked after my brother and Doji ever since we were kids, though. I'd really like to thank him in person. And then she starts repeating. Elena's worked here ever since the place opened. She's probably taking a break because of the whole thing with Chester. She's right over there. She's a good enough cook to take Margot's place in the kitchen, though, without a doubt. Margot? Elena's always been known as something of a tomboy. You couldn't take your eyes off of her for a second, or she'd just go wandering off somewhere by herself. Might have been because she was such good friends with Doji. That boy was a dreadful influence. And then, yeah, just kind of a shortened version of that the second time you talk. Anybody back here? Nope. Anybody back here? Nope. All right, so I have the best equipment that's available right here in the shop. But let's see if they have anything to talk about. I have a rather eclectic stock of items on hand, and at least a few of them are chock full of innate spiritual energy. Not surprisingly, the vast majority of them come from that small island out in Sienna Bay. That's where belief in the spirits is most deeply rooted, after all. But, well, I have to admit, it's kind of creepy having them around, given what happened there. So, like I said, we have the best stuff. There is nothing more for us to purchase here. Still have quite a bit of, spare things going around. I do have that. I could purchase the Katal Elixir, but I should probably save up for the Spirit Necklace. But only once. Maybe I should save my money, because that tends to happen a lot. You know, me dying. Let's talk. You know what my grandfather always used to tell me? He said that Revalor is filled with the latent elemental energy of the land spirits. He always was a religious sort, though. Me, I'm not even sure there are spirits in this land, so I certainly can't say if any of them sleep inside Revalor. I'll tell you what I do know, though. Spirits to know, Revalor feels different than any other metal out there. I should point out, because we're probably going to use them pretty soon here, the berm leaves, right? A medicinal herb native to the Elderm Mountains said to cure illness in small animals. We're going to use that, so it's probably good that I talk about that now. We still have a lot of items to pick up. Kind of strange considering how far along in the game we are. I feel like we're over halfway through, well over halfway through. Oh, Hugo, let's talk. What you do, let's talk first. The Elderm Mountains really aren't fit for habitation at all, or so I hear. Probably because they're covered with snow all year round. Wet, slippery, bone-chilling snow. Wet and bone-chilling, not much you can do there, but slippery? I hear there's a special shoe for that. A shoe that gives you perfect friction, or even on even the slipperiest surface. No sliding anywhere, not even on solid ice. Sorry to ramble. You know how us merchants are, I'm sure. We get obsessed with rare and valuable items like that. If those shoes do exist, though, I can't tell you how much I'd love to see them, even if just for one brief moment. All right, let's sell some Revalor. He should have, well, need of a couple things, if I have not already done that. That's impossible. You have 200 hunks of Revalor on your person this very moment? I think that's actually the last one that he wants, so just the one. I sold him the 50 already. Wow, you really do. I must admit that's an impressive use of space. But doesn't it hurt? I've always wondered that when it comes to RPG characters just holding a whole bunch of unlimited stuff. Where does it go? I have no idea where I'm holding the 600 Revalor. My mind is blown. You ever give any thought to becoming a merchant? You'd be a good one, I think. Anyway, what do you say? 200 Reval hunks for 10,000 gold sound fair to you? We will accept this offer. All right, the deal is done. Here's your 10,000 gold. 10,000 gold coming my way. Thanks to you, I think I've got all the Revalor I could ever need. Everybody wins, especially me. And let me tell you, if I could sell all these in ROM, I'll be an unstoppable one-man monopoly. Oh, before I forget, I certainly do owe you for all the help you've given me. Here you go, consider it a bonus for a job well done. And we have acquired the Jade Ring. That's actually important. It's not immensely valuable, but you should still be able to get a decent price for it if you can find a buyer. Where did it come from, you ask? Oh, I'll never tell. Consider it a businessman's prerogative. Just take it and go. Take a look at what we got here. We have the Jade Ring, a ring made of exquisitely carved jade, very unique, received from Antonio. Yeah, so that's important. We just talked about that, but let's talk to Hugo first. Mr. Adel, are those really berm leaves? Can I have them, please? I can use them to save my pickards. Give Hugo the berm leaves? I don't see why not. Really? Yay! Thanks, Mr. Adel! I think I have plenty now. You're awesome, Mr. Adel. Thanks to you, they're all gonna get better. Oh yeah. Around here, when somebody helps you, you give them a thank you gift. It's the Felghana way. So here's my gift to you. And we have obtained another Katal Elixir. For giving all 4 of your berm leaves over, you get the Savior of Swine achievement. I don't go over all the achievements, but I will go over the positive ones. There's lots of achievements for beating the game on all difficulties. Just beat the whole game, do everything, 100% it on all difficulties, and then you'll get more achievements that way. I do believe you've saved my picards, mister. Thanks so much for me and them. Anything else? That is it. So let's go ahead and use that K-Tal elixir. Up to 245 at max HP. I think at this point... Yeah, let's go ahead and go outside and save. Just real quick. Because I'm going to do something negative that will get you an achievement, but doesn't necessarily end with things going well for you. So let's go ahead and save there so that I can not do all that stuff again, even though I really did not do much, but feels like I did. So at this point, I believe I can go in here and... So, Adol, what's this? A ring? Adol showed Cynthia the jade ring. I don't know why I wanted to call her Christina. No, it's Cynthia. It looks like a men's ring, but of much higher quality than I'm used to seeing. The design suggests it's Garmanic in origin. It's quite beautiful. Oh, sorry, got a little too into my work, I think. So, Adol, might you be willing to part with this lovely ring? I'll make the transaction well worth your while. Give her the jade ring. This is a possibility. You can do this. I wouldn't recommend it, though, but I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Seriously? I can't just take it, though. How about an exchange? A couple of our biggest sellers on the house? Adol received an illusion mirror and an amulet, things that I've already had. They're not that great. Thank you very much. So, now I have 2. So basically she gave me, how much did you give me? How much are those worth? She gave me 200 gold for it. Or at least the equivalent of it. For doing that, for selling the jade ring, can I load? Yeah, let's load. For selling the jade ring, you get an oblivious or insensitive achievement that you're not supposed to sell it, right? Especially for like such a crap price like that. I honestly didn't know what you were going to get for it. I've never actually sold it, so got the achievement. Not that I really care about that, but there's the alternate path. That's what I care about. So, let's talk to Randolph here. Huh? Hey, Red, can I see that ring you got there? That's my ring, all right. I'd recognize it anywhere. Come on, man, help a guy out. Let me have it back, will you? Give Randolph the jade ring? This time, I feel good about it. Let's say yes. Oh man, thank you. I seriously owe you one. You're the best, Red. In fact, you know what? I've got something I'd like to give you to show my appreciation. And we have acquired the Talisman of War. Now I can go back home to my family and they won't bite my head off. All right, I'm so ready for anything now. Now that I've got that ring back, I can finally show my face to my family again. Thanks, Red. I owe you one. Big time. So let's see what we got this time. This is a much better item. This is the Talisman of War, a crystal depicting an ancient Garmanic war god. Increases the duration of boost mode. That is nice. I will take it. Now we have what? 1, 2, 3, 7 more items to go. And we have already gotten, that's 10, 17. So... we're at 17 out of 24 now, and that feels a lot better to me. Just quickly getting 2 of them makes me feel better. So it's 15 out of 24. It's 17 out of 24. That sounds a lot better to me. The Elderm Mountains really aren't fit for habitation at all. Right, yes. There's a special shoe and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't want to talk about Revalor anymore at all. He just wants to talk about the shoes. I think that's actually it for all the things that I wanted to do here in town. But we will continue talking to people since they have new things to say. You gotta come play again real soon, okay, Mr. Adolf? That's all Anya has to say. Your dad's on to your Revalor stealing ways, though. How you doing, Father Pierre? Rumor has it that monsters infest the Elderm Mountains as well. That does seem to support the theory that one of the 4 statues may be hidden there. I'd suggest you speak with Bearheart. He'll be able to tell you much more about the ancient legends. Anything else? Nope. Just talk to Bearheart. There's probably something there. Alright, let's head into... I think this is Elena's house. I wanted to call her Lilia, but that's a different game. So, Adol, guess you and Doji are headed off to fight on Felghana's behalf, huh? If there's anything at all we can do to help, just say the word. With you two fighting like storybook heroes, it'd look pretty bad for the rest of us to kick up our heels, you know? If there's anything to do, right. That's the same thing. Let's head in here. Has anybody ever been in here? Yes, the mayor. Hey, Adol, good to see you well. Did you meet with Bearheart? Regrettably, I am extremely busy right now and can't really discuss matters in much detail. We're currently trying to augment the town's defenses, so no further damage falls upon Redmont or its people. Yeah, regrettably, he's too busy to help out. I'm sure he'd be a great assistant. Let's head in. Probably have to protect him all the time. Foreigners have started saying that Felghana is cursed. Damn fools, every one of them. What evidence do they have to justify that statement? Just because we have a new monster, suddenly we're cursed? Yeah, that would do it. I would say yes. Nobody here. You're here, though. Never mind trading. We don't even have food for the dinner table right now, nor any other daily necessities. What does McGuire expect us to do? Is he just trying to kill us slowly and spinelessly? I've actually considered leaving town, but there are monsters everywhere out there, and I'm not trained to fight. I'd never be able to survive on my own, much less with my family. Yeah, that's what he said last time. He doesn't have anything new to say. And that is the full town of Redmont. So I believe it is time to head out once more. Do something a little bit more difficult, like, you know, battling. Let me drop a save and we will head out shortly.